Radiant's turn to ban.
Before that it was TI, so one time this season. And they were both 2-0-3.
I think that's crucial because it's the last matchup. That makes it really cool because it's like determining beating. This is like the final way to like put them in their place. If he still holds a grudge, who knows? Probably.
I would.
I think EG are gonna win this. To be honest. The Fnatic are a myth. No, but seriously, I don't know. And Purge was saying it depends on the drafts lineup, but EG having that system means their drafts have such a small kind of like. EG's never have like a super bad draft. Their drafts are all very similar to it. They're gonna have the draft they need, and.
But Fnatic is undefeated, and EG is not.
I will look at it this way. Yes, Fnatic is generally seen as more, but the thing that they excel at is tempo mid-game gank, and that is something that should counter EG players playing. Now it comes down to whether or not they're going to predict where you're ganking and therefore evading, but I feel like that's one place that Fnatic can overwhelm the safe, organized thing that you do like.
Yeah, I suppose my feeling is that Fnatic aren't like owning people, and I just when I lose when they're susceptible to those ganks because they're not in control of the game. And usually I find that EG are already ahead and control very funny.
Like the Nyx ban in the first phase, I feel like is the perfect proof of what I just said. Then like if DJ has that hero, he's gonna set up crazy kills. He's gonna be invisible while doing it. All he needs is level 6 and ideally an invoker on the team. By taking the Nyx out, Fnatic's not gonna be able to set that tempo in that way, and EG can play standard, and by standard I do the most popular combo right now.
10 seconds.
Yep. But we did see that countered earlier.
5 seconds remaining. Dire's ban now.
I think the combo is amazing. Alpha Red did this when SG did Axe and Sky against them. They responded with the idea being that like harassed me.
Warlock is good in that way, and the other benefit is that like Gyrath Mage is not individually tanky himself. It's just he outputs so much damage that usually you can't match that with anything. But if Warlock has equal, basically better HP than Gyrath Mage and can heal himself or nuke aggressively as well, then he should be able to offset that a little bit.
He's even nice to counter initiate when
10 seconds left by my count.
Yeah, the goal to make a big difference for like a second. Maybe that's the time where he wanted to go for a chop and then call ends and get a wand off. I don't know a lot of phase ends, so that'll work in more like.
So this is I will say Alpha Red's contribution. They gave us a meta game to.
And it's historically a high hero. One negative is it doesn't push super well. You're gonna have there.
10 seconds.
Should be fine, especially if Fnatic grabs like high damage boards later.
5 seconds. What'll it be?
Us can push a bit, but I mean that's really the only thing. Warlock doesn't rotate around it very well. I won't be able to gank. Fnatic won't be able to gank it.
He doesn't mind doing that. I watched the game in qualifier recently, bombing the whole task. They're on the map.
Very normal for him.
Ten seconds.
Already assuming EG.
5 seconds remaining.
I think they banned Luna because Luna's a really good trialing core. Because if you trial with Luna and everybody has +4 to level 1, it is so obnoxious laning it. Because everybody just does tons of damage. Like a Luna plus a Warlock is such a good dual lane by itself. Heal the Luna, Warlock hits harder.
We just saw in the last game, Fire Lane might back to back.
Final try definitely was successful. Got down that at least a little bit.
So I don't love a Warlock in it.
I would agree.
5 seconds remaining. Turn to pick. 10.
Yeah, first.
Misery Shen mostly won't be able to do very much until a bit later, minute in, but can tempo really well, and because there's a Warlock in there, Warlock can counter-initiate well, he's not going to be able to anti-rotate, and should be able to set some tempo.
And what I like about this is if your plan is to like Fire Lane to absolute focus, try and act for another day, easily.
Depends on the course pick, though.
Does? I don't know. I think of Chen as a hero that...
Well, who's he gonna go with? Because normally Chen is like your dual offlane, but with Sky Axe there, that sounds like the way they're going. That means they might have to pick like some carry that's really solo-ish.
Well, here's an alternative. Sky Axe and no try is gonna handle that. If you get like a Seto or like a Poppy runs into Battle Hunger Blast.
Dire's turn to pick.
A Spectre. Not a very popular hero right now. Sure. Especially against Axe Skyrath.
I was gonna say, if that's an aggressive try, like, you're kinda done for.
What?
Spectre is like literally one of the carries that is just pressured on. And they are up against what is arguably the best aggressive pressure lane.
I don't know.
Seconds remaining.
Well, it is going to be very difficult for Chen to gank Spectre. I think that is safe to say. Dagger into the trees, run away. Chen normally has to like abuse these like paths where, oh, I know the carry's going to run it.
Used to be Warlock and Spectre.
I mean, it's very, very likely Warlock does support mid here for Fnatic, the obvious answer that combos so well. And I assume gotta be something that matches up okay against Lark, ideally, but I'm not really sure about that.
They ban the Viper. You know that fear is not.
So what's the mid for Fnatic that is counter?
Oh no, they just like
the other Viper.
They know that EJ gonna pick some random beer hero that just stands there.
Viper is pretty good against Spectre, I would.
Dire's turn to pick. Storm.
You got the Storm.
Okay. That's.
Yeah, you like it?
Iron Shell Storm Spirit is good because you're always going to be very close to people when you go aggressive. Pen can't deal with him very well.
You're gonna get silent.
Who's going to be silent? Okay,
alright.
They have one silence and they have Axe. That's it.
I mean, my view is that's better ways to counter Storm than having
5 seconds remaining.
So I think it all plays into the same thing. Like if EG win the lane stage, they group up go. No one in Fnatic's gonna be killed. Warlock is a super long ulti cooldown. Storm and Spectre don't fight. fight, man.
So if EG takes that early fight advantageously and maybe forces out some ultimates from Fnatic between Haunt and Warlock, then yes, they can absolutely 5-man and push that. But if Fnatic takes a good fight with those and maybe gets some kills and slows down the tempo by EG a little bit, that could elongate it. Really good position. And they go for a bomb.
A lot of pressure
really
in the laning stage. Yeah.
They switch now. They switch now.
Ooh,
Spear's not
yeah.
gonna play quad.
Fear's gonna play Act.
Cool.
I'm like,
Sumail
I like
Quap.
this.
I'm like even more on EG. I'm like 90% EG.
Yeah.
EG win this in less than 30 minutes.
Less than 30 minminutes. What do you think?
I like what Fnatic's doing there. I think Quap is also really good as like a dual offlane hero. But I think kind of EG has what they want. I think Fnatic has what they want. It just kind of comes down to execution. Draft.
Okay, fair enough. A lot of pressure getting late.
A lot.
The Evil Geniuses can set the tempo. If they can get a high tempo, then they should be able to get it. Therefore, force out those tiebreakers. Because if Evil Geniuses lose, there's no top 2 placement for them in the groups, and they want to get into that top 2, so they want to force out the tiebreakers. Let's head over to Capitalist and Kyle.
My goodness. The drafts have certainly changed quite a bit since just a month ago. Spectre, Darkseer, Storm Spirit, all on the same team. Kyle, what the hell is this?
I mean, Spectre, I think, a bit odd, and
Okay.
Synergy Warlock. Loves Warlock, and I'd say this is one combo with it. You also consider the first 2 Skywrath actually bam heal 9 lane. He's gonna sit there, he's gonna farm into power, you're gonna have no problems. But the concern is there's gonna be a Chen, he's gonna show up and kill everything. And also, just to comment, EG copying eventually LGD pick for pick until the last pick flop, which I think actually LGD did too. And what a surprise, our panel loves their draft.
You love their draft too, I take it.
That's why we face Scantor the big one.
Yeah.
Who made you?
I would say that
It's
Fnatic
pronounced
has the ability.
Admiral.
Game, it's a little more difficult. They need to just shove the crap out of the lane. It comes out of the Storm and the Spectre. Eventually, Storm just wins it.
Yeah.
You're just too strong. You will be the hardest carry in the game.
And
But
well,
I
the
think-
same kind of spec.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
they've got 2 hardest carries in it.
I think Slark is actually important for Spectre. Slark actually kind of crushes Spectre, because you stay on top of him and force him down and trouble. But I will say, I actually think Spectre is an excellent hero against the Axe, Chen, Skywrath, even Quap, because the ult after his blink, chase him down and kill him.
Right.
So it's all about, does Fnatic survive? Can they keep the game even? But here on Axe, Male Quap, like, this is the sort of lineup I've been waiting to keep play. I love this.
Where you actually have the Camille on the old mid lane playmaking hero. Fear is also going to be on a nice playmaking hero. We're not going to do that really greedy. All right, we're going to have all 3 cores farming up lanes. We're going to have a Lycan mid, you know.
What surge is this?
Exactly, and I just think this is their style better. I want to see Act, like, specifically. I wouldn't mind Doom. Let Sumail play this playmaker mid. That
So you're basically just asking Sumail to go back to. Is that what
I
you're
mean,
saying?
if he's gonna play Puck in the off lane, right? And you know they're gonna try and make Quap in the off lane for him at some point. Like, why not just put him on it, but in the mid then? Like, I'd love to see Sumail storming. I think that he's still one of the best stormers in the world. I don't care if he hasn't played it.
So we're going to have an aggro dual lane of Tusk and Darkseer against this Lark, who's got a Chen kind of battle hunger here. Look at that. That heal over time. Outdone. Combination.
Double mango as well. There we go, but I think it's man, this is what I love to see, right? Battle Hunger level 1.
Look at that, they pop Glyph to make sure he doesn't get the kill on this creep right away, so they get more battle hunger damage. Pretty sure that's what that was.
I would agree. It could have been mid as well. If Ed was taking heavy pressure, he didn't want to get double wave, but Sumail also is doing quite well. He's harassed it, like, he's actually crushing. Quap does beat Storm, but it's certainly a skill matchup, and if the Quap is a worse player than the Storm, usually it ends up being the male showing a bed. He's a real young buddy.
Yeah, he's already 8-2. See if he gets the kill on the Storm. That'll probably be real mark. Playing underneath the tower, making sure that Eternal doesn't get a whole lot of hit.
My drift rewarded.
Meanwhile, the Skyrath mate.
Kind of what you expected. He's supposed to win them. Oh, look at this.
Must be nice. Got the 2-level Shadow Strike as well.
Been making the right move. I'm gonna take every creep wave except for got all. Top lane though, I like what they chose to do here. Just playing the Chen against the Dark Spear. Yeah. So Arteezy is effectively farming under tower, and Misery's here with the creep, helping him, making sure he doesn't die, and most importantly, ensuring he gets all that.
I was gonna say, like, you don't even have to. You can have an active impact in the lane. If you wanted to. Fitting experience.
Down bot, you can see the Fnatic bam, crap out of the Spectre with heal and 2
Misery in some trouble, but never mind. The Slark to the rescue. Arteezy jumps over the Ice Shards to be able to grab Universe. Kill that. Gone. Dive here in the bottom lane. Here wants to be able to cut the wave. Sign of a winner. Cutting the creep.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Oh, the Tusk's gonna get. They're gonna get an Ice Shard or a Snowball, then an Ice Shard. Pulls DJ off that top lane, but it does successfully get.
But we've talked about it. Was that ever something you really want to do? I mean, Fear does die, but again, forcing him off the creep, off the top lane. Skyrath still sitting here, farming. Spectre, they're winning the lane bottom ever so slightly, and mid going into Mel's favor quite significantly. Also, he went double null, forced the bed to the bottle because he was taking so much harassment pressure. That'll come back to bite him if he's not able to dominate. He needs to do for CS, right? But if Mel keeps playing control, Storm keeps crushed.
Yeah. And the Tusk, he already made his rotation, can't really go back to mid. He's got to get up top lane fast because the Flark is approaching that critical level 6 area and he's out on point.
Mel's getting every check. They can't do anything about it. Storm versus Quap.
Yeah.
This is what I love to see because I honestly just feel like he's talented to waste on certain heroes. I'll use like Doom as an example. I want him playing playmakers, and most importantly, like I want like him mill if he's gonna play them.
Yeah.
And I think this is where PG, this style right here, this is what I think they're gonna end up playing the best long term.
Tornado. It is causing some issues here in this bottom lane. Highlight Die is going to be spotted out here. Behind the trees, he's dead. Eternal Envy still get dome as well with Greek Wave taking up the tower. Custom shot, he's going to run out of Spectral Dagger here pretty soon. He's trying to get through the trees, trying to get over where the Skyrath mage is. He's just not going to make it fast enough. That Tornado was devastated. Misery just found exactly the right creep to be able to have an impact there. And he could leave the Slark alone for a while because the Tusk made that rotation we were talking about.
And this is like what I like. Crit is a similar support to FY in that he likes to play these greedier fours, right? It's more of like, he likes to play the Disruptor in the line with Skyrath. Misery is the 5, but he doesn't like to play 5. He's not quite as unselfish as a lot of other 5 players. So Chen is perfect for him because you don't need any items to have a high impact in the game, and naturally you're going to amass net worth because you're getting powers, because you're able to farm. Like, it's just a better hero for him, I feel. And up top, he's got this Clark, now incredibly farmed, level 6. He has no issues with regards to anymore.
Same as you, Tyler.
And you got a defensive tri-lane coming out from Fnatic, which you don't want to do at all, right? Easy to drop the attack with that.
29. $7.5,
and Abed is home. But He does have his level 6. Now play lane a little bit better. He dodged the Shadow Strike. Go for the dive here. Meanwhile, Arteezy's actually going to try and kill Universe. He does not have the mana to be able to surge up, so he's just dead. Back over the bottom lane, they're going to go for the slowdown on DJ. Doesn't get the Ice Shard block in, so he's going to try and snowball, but it's right next to a creep wave. If he actually gets called up, and if he actually stays next to him thanks to Battle Hunger too, they're going to be able to get this kill. Stormtear tries to come in, tries to get some damage on Fear, but well, this is the history that can keep on going. Spectral Dagger on through. Universe is here as well. He's TP'd onto the Shrine just to make sure they get all of this. Abed stays alive thanks in part to the Warlock heal. But
notice how Fear has 3 points in the Battle Hunger.
Yep.
No points.
Oh, Highlight died. Smashed on by a Hellbear, but Misery can really go for the kill. Now it's Hudson's here. They're going to be able to get a third pick off. All 5 heroes of Fnatic can go down to that bottom lane, but they can get all 3 kills. I'm not going to say it's the worst thing.
It's just not good. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're getting power pressure up top from Arteezy. He's farming jungle and lane. Sumail's still getting every CS and design in the mid lane. The gold advantage didn't change at all. So, I mean, if you look at XP, like, they essentially traded some gold for the hero side, but they're getting way more XP out of these creep waves.
DJ, they may be able to kill Fear here, but DJ may still die. Snowball is going to be able to dodge that extra nuke. Crit just need to survive long enough to be able to get one more nuke in and to get the top. He's going to die as well. But again, this is all kind of according to the plan for EG. Now Sumail's going to make his entrance, trying to go for the highlight dive high, hoping for the neutral tonight, and does get it.
The big thing is, you see how Sumail, even though he didn't get killed there, right? He gets the same reward, but he got the creep wave middle, and he's still like on map, very strong. Abed is out of mana and health. He gets a lucky rune spawn. Otherwise, he would just be walking back to base. And that's the advantage of the way EG is playing, where their 2 cores are just getting further and further ahead. So sure, you're trading your supports around the map, but they're in the game. Once they're in the game, who cares? The Slark and the Quap are the ones winning the game. Enable them, give them the chance to get to the spot. And honestly, the Quap can take over the game.
You could see kind of the game plan here from Fnatic surrounding these 3 kind of greedy cores is that they're going to try and play around each other a lot in this early game to try and make up for the fact that they just get strong game. But it does leave them, as you said, very explosive. In fact, both Slark and Quap are totally free farming, solo by themselves, and they're going to have their farm.
Yeah, and all you want to do now, if you can MVP, you really want to try and grab a kill on
sexy pickoff. They need to run down the mountain field, get the silence onto him, manage to get that. Now they see if they can actually get the burst damage, manage to get the ensnare with the Centaur stun. Well played by Misery. They can wrap into the mid lane, put some pressure on the power too. That is a #1 wonder for EG. They really are at 10 minutes.
Yeah. This is the all up. It's crazy, right? It's 6-6, but it's all about how much work did Fnatic have to do for those kills, and how are they doing in lane. So you can see EG power now. It's all about the pressure. 2 bracers, 2 nulls, no boots on EG crit. I love that. Just show up, use all your spells, die, TP back in. That's the name of the game, folks. It takes a lot to kill him too. It's all about making the enemy extend restore. Alright? Samurai mindset, okay? You shall die, but the other will work. Oh. Well, it's more like the mindset of never surrender, right? Okay. So you would inevitably accept that you would end this would be a battle, right? No, you're lucky to the respawn.
Silence onto the Stormtear. They are going to be able to kill the Shen. Axe not really having an impact here. Has to give up. Leave his supports to die. See if he can actually TP out, but he's hit by a snowball. Not going to be able to make it out alive. So now he's just got to do battle. Never surrender, as Kyle says. Go for that kill on Pylai. Die. Just not getting the spin damage on him, unfortunately. No won't be able to kill again. Abed. Beneficiary of the double. Oh, Drexler does manage to take the top tier 1 tower. Die for that. But an objective take.
And I will say, like, even the game is looking really playing the game the right way. It's still not a free game because the Storm is still an issue. Darkseer as the HOD, he'll just take that lane, and Arteezy is coming bottom. It'll be a huge killer for
First Shadowblade rotation for him.
Rush Radiant on it. Very ambitious, but if they get to this point, like, Fnatic certainly need, non-event team fight, right? They need that one team fight around the Rocher objective. I think he isn't a really spot, but they need to start capitalizing on their Dune, playing around the Slark Shadowblade. That buys time for activating Flint Dagger, and then you have two methods of actually finding close around.
Our Spectre, when she TP back, about, I think he wanted to be able to heal up. Or Fnatic. I would say they could make a play off of that, but who's the playmaker on Fnatic?
It doesn't exist. Or not.
That is why he's running at.
No Golem for a while as well. I'd like to see purging off the Fatal Bonds, purging off the Shadow Word. Those are big whenever you're playing.
Is Fatal Bonds purging?
Faces a stiff win.
Siege Wagon
is under attack.
Is that my mechanic go to right now? Go D catapult.
Talks. Unit. That vehicle.
Monoblade. That's a lot of trouble.
Hudson's trying to, like, hold creep wave off the tower. Some shenanigans.
Clark at nighttime. Huge advantage.
Oh, he actually goes for a highlight dive. First, easier of the two kills. He's gonna pop Shultzman. Arteezy was quite low, but he didn't have the mana to be able to pop Shadow Dance. But now, he doesn't have the mana to jump away. Let's go to the intelligence shreds, but that's not gonna happen. It's caught behind the Spectre.
Dies, but he fought before he did so he gives away 700 gold almost, but he lost nothing. In the meantime, the top, back, Point Dagger,
ooh, an extra pick off, crit. Blocked in by the Ice Drive, pressure off, whatever. And crit, trying to go for the send back there from Abed. Will survive through that burst damage.
Bobble.
Invisibility.
My thrift reward.
Abed got a little further. It was more just like
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
also going
Dire's middle tower
might
is
be tempted to
drowning.
buy Orchid in a game form like this, but I think it's too selfish because, not selfish, but it's the wrong way of looking at this. You're going to win a ZP to outscale and have more survivability than Fnatic. You're going to need to continue farming and not force really poor team fights into a Warlock. You need to be able to accept good fights only. So by going this Veil, Lincoln, probably a Shiva's, maybe BKB, eventually maybe an Orchid, eventually a Hex. That's what actually gives you the ability to kill the Storm, but you're also keeping up with them. You go all in on this Orchid, you blink in, die to Storm once, you've effectively lost the game. Because now his BKB Orchid timing is going to be ahead of yours, and you're
Timing. Smoke wrap around here is very well timed. Right at Storm Spirit and Possible for an attempted gank on a beer, Snowball. Does some damage, managed to get styles on the Storm Spirit. Picked up on Snowball, still not having to save him. He did. Nice shot to block in, but his light either. Wolf will die in bottom lane. Colonel Emmy did probably because the power of Clark versus Spectre, but highlight heal.
And for daggers, though, I would refuse this on the squad. So I think that matchup is kind of 50-50, but we'll see. We'll see. Spectre, I haven't seen Spectre in a long time, so I'm going to just trust Envy, the mad scientist himself. Sit forward. Just might know something we don't.
Well, shouldn't be any.
Let the fun begin!
And also, the other point about Sumail's build is that they have enough tech with the Axe and the Skywrath that Storm's already going to have to build BKB next time, and you just need to do damage and scale, which is just the way of this meta. You never want to put yourself in a position where you're itemizing solely to find kills, because the moment you stop or you feed, you're screwed. So I don't know.
I'll go on a warding mission, fully placed commit. Snowball is actually going to be activated here, but Fear tends to lock down the Storm Spirit. Warlock is going to throw down his ultimate just to be able to stall up these heroes, and it looks like it's going to be fight plus more Fnatic. They run over some of the evil genius heroes, 1-4 down. Fear's going to be caught by the dagger as well. Slow down long enough for Eternal Envy or Hobbit. Misery actually deep inside here, trying to get Pylite dying. Double kill for Abed. The Storm Spirit is getting rather big on the combo of these kills. Not enough to really catch up.
But once again, yeah, they trade unfavorably on EG, but that gold change doesn't reflect the fact that Arceus take the bottom tier 2. 3 or 4 creep waves. So he's still fine. Looks mid. We have a big setup coming in.
Oh, this would be perfect if Crit was gonna dead. They look like Lambi.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Still in a comfortable position, but they don't really have the greatest Roche taking. And also, Sumail's going to the Orchid. So I'm cool switching up his mind, but I'm a little concerned that the Storm BKBs is going to line at about the same time. And if Fnatic can win that one decisive fight, which, again, the Fatal Bonds, the Warlock Golem, like, they have the tools to win fights, for sure. Especially if there's a Darkseer running around with HOD and Hype, plus Envy, about 500 gold away from that radius. That's when the Fnatic lineup really comes.
Evil team.
But that's the one thing that like they're not on an admin clock. That is simply because no matter what Storm buys, it's always fun. And that's really what they're going to have to do. Then bump up, all of a sudden there's a 3 or 4 man Fatal Bonds, and all of a sudden that Darkseer Spectre combo, that damage out for 6. Think of Radiance plus Fatal Bonds.
Yeah.
Think of it as if you Fatal Bonds 3 heroes, especially if you have the talent, I'm sure you're going to get, all of a sudden you're just double Radiance there. On everybody. Pretty crazy.
Get a good backing wall in there. That's one team fight. And as you said, Fnatic don't have to win the same number of teams. This kind of lineup, you're going to start very rapidly scaling into the late game. Engagement. Expected to be ahead right now, are currently up by 5.
The Radiant, though, too bad.
Running Universe, Mage gonna call after the surge, so they're gonna try and lock it down with Dire. Mage dropping the ultimate, not quite enough. Now back and back into a beautiful wall from Universe. That is set up very well, but EG are still gonna try and fight this out. They're gonna finish off the Darkseer. Mage gonna Coin Blade onto him. Stormfear with a long jump over the right hand side. Finish off the Queen of Pain. That is Sumail down. 10, well, he kills Warlock once again, but there is still going to be the rest of Fnatic to end it, and they're going to try and get an Ice Shark block on RTZ. Fight. So the Chen free.
Dagger persist. Clark never gets to heal. Dagger.
Still slowed. Here. Runs into the goal. Now take a lot of damage from Abed. Pull back. Dagger. Oh. Here. Where the trade-off, I think, was not the worst thing in the world, considering how nasty that team fight was with all around the cup, and now that they lost. Well,
and this is where that Orchid build comes from.
Yeah.
He's very low. He blinks away. Go on, identify.
No Lynch. Oh, he's gonna go for it. He got it. Nice read from Sumail. That is big.
Ooh. Silver Edge picked up by Arteezy. I like the choice. It might be a little early, but at the same time, you disable the Thessalus and the Dispersion on Spectre. So it's incredible idea. And that was about as good a play as you can hope for that. They got 3-man Fatal Bombs, a really nice back wall, but it just wasn't quite enough for its place.
Took away his H3.
To the dire.
Shen with a helmet. Pretty good match for Michelle Shen.
Other thing I can't really ever think about, but they love having a right. Go on Spectre, get one, that just changed. But as most games in Dota seem to come down to, we'll probably get all the way to the 3rd Roche, and whoever gets that one, you're going to take, unless of course, instead of winning, you decide to, camp out and wait, outside of the base. 5 to 30.
Feels like that's the story of Fnatic. That they love certain things, they don't have the waiting. They love Aegis, they love late game, but they're probably going to get run over. Maybe. It is 22 minutes in. It's only a 5k gold. Capped it. 5k. Liked it. Straight up Ron Bezos. I like that.
He's under attack.
Not bad. I'm not the biggest fan of ASOS, but item choice,
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
But male as a male, there isn't really much else to buy in the game, but certainly one.
Dire's
It's alright.
top
I don't
tower
mind. It's
is
hitting
under
stars here
attack.
too, right? Like, it's fine.
What if he does that? What if he just never gets boosts? He just gets Ron Bezos and he gets the Agra instead of
Then, has a TKD, time increase, 1,000. And no matter what Sumail buys with no Lincoln, at any point if he's going 5 cents first, Sumail will most likely go.
Dire's top
Sports
tower
plays,
is
well,
under attack.
Love a pilot eyes.
Radiant's
Blade now on
bottom
the
tower
Spectre. Not
faces
sure
a
how I feel
stiff
about that.
just was a little bit earlier present.
Dire's top tower is about to take the
I like with
plunge.
it. Fine with it after this. Go for one then.
Yeah. So we've got this very small window. You just double down on yours and then really difficult. 2k HP, Radiant, plus a blade. Very difficult.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I like them to the line right there. Hey guys, let's go to their wards. Alright then, needed. So Arteezy's gonna run, push that bottom wave, we can clear the area, and then Chen, Misery can run in, place some vision, over.
Understandable, right? They just don't want to get into a bad team fight. Fnatic had Warlock, Fatal Bonds, Golem, plus the Radiance, EG. I think they would like to be able to have that full pint.
Then with the smoke from Fnatic, here it comes.
Jump forward on him, get the snowball as well. They just combo so nicely. That was well executed by Fnatic. Exactly the kill they needed. Pick off on 4 of the Venuses. They'll just get a bunch of map control off that and lose their Aegis timing entirely. I think their Aegis is running out in the next minute. Quap's dead for 35 seconds. No time to make use of it.
This is the thing about Quap, he's a snowballer. Point. Yeah, you're 5k ahead, but wasn't EG 5k ahead in like 6 minutes? Now you're a little bit stressed because your Quap is going to continue falling off, especially because the itemization, you're all about the BKB now. You don't get kills and win a fight for the duration you're gonna be unable to fight anymore because there's so much method is playing you. His blink, all of a sudden Tusk is on top of you, he's finished his blink, you got a Spectre that's always on top of you, it just gets rough.
Now, Kyle, it seems like I've heard Dota described as a game of reach. That, like, we start off with a certain concept of the meta, and the better team is a little bit greedier with it over and over again. So a good example is like why run a hero to reposition if you can run it. Is this where the meta is now going? We're gonna have like 3 late, like kind of late-ish game cores.
I wouldn't say that all 3 heroes need to be relevant. I don't know if I late game dependent. Or that games are naturally going to go to a later point. You have to ensure that you're able to fight and scale past the 40%.
So it's more the fact that it was just a good storm, right? Yeah. And you wanted a split pushing, you wanted a hero that would shove out waves. That's where the Dark Team comes in.
I was actually really surprised EG banned Ember last instead of Storm, because I don't think you care too much about like an Ember, Spectre, Darkseer lineup. Like that doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's as scary as this Storm, because Storm is one of those heroes that's just really difficult for last picks to deal with as far as like a concept. Deal with it in the laning phase, but you don't want to pick something Dragon, right?
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of. Boss as well, that's been dealt with. He is gonna go boots now that he's finished up Rod of Mayith.
Stupendous!
A little bit of that is great though.
No Storm. I gotta say, I love Abed's item build. You won't see many players do this. They're all very greedy. They're gonna go Bloodstone, they're gonna go Orchid, but Abed recognizes, okay, to win this game, I'm gonna get a Kaya, allow me to accelerate, you need to buy something that's just a Storm item. Right into a BKB, because this just takes away Quap's ability to kill me, and puts him on the defensive, because now I can BKB grip him, kill him with my team and my Spectre, and now the Hex, which is uncleansable by Slark's Death Pact.
Yeah. Very
strong here, and it's like the item that then turns the tide for Fnatic, and it ensures that they are always the ones that will win a fight if Abed can grab the initiation.
It also means you have that 1-2 punch to be able to pop as well.
Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
That worked very nice.
For enemies.
Or
Dire's
blocks
bottom tower
that smoke
won't
is
last
work. It
long.
seems Evil Geniuses already have. Shit.
Dire's bottom tower
It's great time
under
though.
attack.
And he smoked, but he also ran to the top lane. So he's going to sit here, farm stout, keep his lane safe, and he got an illusion rune that pushed out bottom and mid. So they have total map control, and they're not showing. It's a beautiful smoke time. There's the scout.
Jump in, gonna be able to grab crit. Oh, thanks to the Spectre. Ult got undid on that Storm Spirit, but nobody was around you.
Whoa!
Meanwhile, Fear, whoa! It's gonna gen stomp on there. DJ trying to go in. Fear's gonna be chased down by this Spectre with an IM shell on him. RTZ meanwhile going for kill on Mile side. Nice Ice Shard separation. Now they get the slow as well. RTZ tries to finish up on the Dark Pack, but that wasn't quite enough. Tamail is here, burns down the Storm Fear, will be able to get the Warlock eventually, but blinks away. Oh, but TJ's gonna be able to keep him up. Blink for blink, Waller's punch finished off with a triple kill for him. Ice Shards, that's gonna miss on RTZ. He will be able to stitch that nuke away. Fnatic win. And he has a team fight. They may have lost in Storm Spirit, but getting 3, possibly a 4th hero now, as Mizu's going to be blocked in by the Ice Shards again. TJ is just scatting away for Spectre. They're going to leave him to die, though. They actually didn't want to take this fight any further. I thought they were going to go for it.
Slark just too scary. They recognize him as right.
He is 15th.
Roche spawns 155. That'll be our next big decisive team fight.
What were you getting all excited about? I was following the.
Abed died. Abed died to the Slark.
Yeah,
RTZ just walked over and killed him, and Abed didn't respond this time, and all of a sudden, he's gone.
this time.
Oh, he's still in a little bit of trouble, though.
He has a little bit of bottle charges, so he will have one more jump. Or the Warlock will scare away.
Thanks, RT.
That's another nice uncleansable.
And this is the thing. This Mel was crushing, but now, even though he's maintained a bit of a lead, it's Quap versus Storm, and it's gotten into the late game. And now you're gonna feel the pain of having Orchid and just the BKB ahead. That BKB phase, Fnatic wants these long fights. They just chill, and inevitably the Spectre and the Storm's DPS output is going to outlive the Slark Quap burst damage. yes, Slark is an issue, but at the same time, you're about to have a Hex on the Storm. He's like 1,500 gold away.
Cute little wrong. Oh, critical level 20 there for the Spectre. Big HP.
Yeah, 500.
500. Pretty damn value, just like the juice chain.
Uh,
800.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think we were picking it. It was. Effectively like 1,000. Another smoke Fnatic. Might find the Slark who has the gems. Gotta be careful with directions.
The dust is spot. Evil Walrus punch on him. Man's gonna snowball as well, but Fear's gonna try and intercept and grab the darks here. See if they can blow him up. Skyler's main. Zorn sits his back line. What a beautiful vacuum wall combination that's gonna be able to finish off pretty easily. But RTG was still able to push forward and get the darks here. Now he has to jump himself away though with no Shadow Dance to be able to relying on an Invis Drip now coming up. Needs to get out of range of the center. He's almost getting caught. The snowball finish him off and he drops the gem. A big kill for Team Secret.
See the struggle, right? The Spectre ult comes out, Axe can no longer play Dota 2, the Swamp forced the BKB early, and Mayith just really doesn't have the survivability to be able to have a place in these team fights. He effectively uses his ultimate, uses his Orc and his BKB, and that's it. That's all you're going to get from him. If that isn't enough to turn the tide of the fight, put EG in the driver's seat, gotta just blink away.
I'm getting nice. So many of these vacuum walls.
And he also went for 25 damage at level 10.
Yeah.
Over the 10 strength, right? So, Mel's like full aggression in the game. And I stand by, his initial read on the game was correct, where it's Veil or Lincoln, go back to the Orchid perhaps, maybe a Shiva's, but having that Lincoln, maybe even the Strength talent, all of a sudden he probably saves himself maybe one, maybe two of those 3 deaths he's got, and he can actually sustain throughout these fights. So right now, it just feels like he has to constantly play on the back foot, and eventually, I don't know, Storm Spectre, man, gonna get scary pretty soon.
Well, it certainly is, especially if it turns like a BKB, like the Vice or Ahmed.
I think you could buy a Lincoln or too, maybe a Scotty, but Silver at BKB, and they're itemizing for the fight. These BKBs, you watch our play, you watch BLG. Their BKBs always seem to be just in time to win a decisive teamfight around objective. But right now, are they really going to be enough to give EG this extra shot? Which is pretty huge. You can't give Storm Spectre
No way. Seems like one of those fights that if EG gets the Roshan, like, okay, game goes on as usual, but if Fnatic gets it, game goes. Evil Geniuses go for that 5-man smoke, knowing that they really need a good team fight or a good pickoff to allow them to take said Roshan. Don't want to go into lag. Kyle doesn't want.
I would have liked to see Fear the Shadow maybe the hood, just so we could link through the radiant burn damage. Just every time Spectre haunts, Fear can no longer actually initiate. Right? I think a hood, maybe a Lotus, or maybe even a Yules this game could have been. Just third vertical. Just the hood, just the hood. Blinking through radiance. Envy thinks he can't blink, and then he does. All of a sudden, Fear's in the fight. You win. They get a nice ward down though on the side ground by the tier 2. That's good.
Alright, Fnatic they screw.
Yep.
This is what I thought. He's not going to take the fight to us on this high ground area. We're going to take Roshan ourselves.
And this is the benefit of this huge team fight lineup, right? You got Warlock Dark here,
Yeah. You're not too concerned about these close quarters. Darkseid's going to sit on the outside. He's going to be Kanto holding up. Rodney goes and Crit. They're very low. Meanwhile, it goes straight for the kill. And Dark ED managed to finish bomb. The nail is also in. There's no buyback available for this edge. Losing this fight. They lose Fear here. Misery may actually take out the fatal boss. Very close. Not quite dying. But 2 cores down from Evil Gene. And it goes right back to Roshan. And looking. He's back on the axe. He's going to keep you on the shrine. But again, without RTC, I don't see a possible way to take this game. Sure enough, he's far too late.
It's perfect play from Mayith. He finds the Slark, thanks to Spectre's vision. Goes for him right away. Flawless overlap. Hex for 3 seconds. on top of it with the grip. Lark goes 100-0. What do? And I love DJ's organization. Before the super earn, he picked out Blink and Yules. That Yules is why they kill the Axe, because he purges the sendback. The only thing they can do is get rid of it, and he secures that extra skill force for the buyback that was unnecessary, but...
Here's down, Fnatic. Push the high ground. 20 seconds. Right down. To be honest with the Aegis, and this one, Spectre and Storm Spears, take more time.
And this is the issue that it had to depend on more time to analyze. I feel like they would have recognized Fnatic rush through the team fight. EG has to snowball. You can argue that might have changed things, but like Fnatic knows they can rush because all they need is EG to walk. As long as they mention around the hit, they're going to find fun swap, they're going to die.
This nail back on the hand, travel once again, Easy is dead on the side of the fight. They managed to pop the Ace on Spectre, but she's going to come right back and destroy the rest of the Eagle Genius. Look at, they're all slowed down by these people, blocked in by the Ice Shards. Eternal he's not even bothering him, he's just wandering around in this team fight. Finally decides to go for Mystery will complete the GG, however, Fear is not going to be as lucky. Nice snowball through to his bottom backline, that's why to make sure he's controlled up and leave Fear and the cherry on top. Complete after dessert is done, they'll go for racks. 6A will be for Fnatic, rapidly closing in on victory.
This is how you do it, boys. Go for the throw. Don't wait outside the base. Don't leave.
Don't go back for Shrine. Go for the tier 4s. Evil Geniuses are not going to be able to stop you. They have a buyback on the cleanup page, but Misery doesn't even force him to use that. And Evil Geniuses, that means they will have 2 losses. Turn 6 Fnatic go through completely undefeated, and that means secret. I think as long as they won whatever matchup they have, I think that means they take second. Alright, they took second.
We need to see what the results are from that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Excellent gameplay by Fnatic. I think that amplifies third. Doesn't really care. They just follow the game a bit, take good advantage. Sure that they have the 2 cores that trump